right? The way everyone has, okay, Satvik is there. Welcome, Satvik. Good to have you, Satvik. Satvik is another great leader we have. So I'm sure you will hear a lot from Satvik soon. So what do we have here at the moment, right? At YLP, we are going to do a lot of chatting, and the way we discuss, let me very quickly go through what we have already said before, right? We said the communication process, and later the second half of today's session. So session is going to be from 11 a.m. to 12 noon UK time. There are people from different part of the world. So just to let you know, from 11 to 12 UK time, I'm going to take care of the first half. Aparna is going to take care of the second half, and we do shuffle. A lot of you are going to do the leadership roles, right? So what I'm going to say now, you have already seen it before. I'm just doing a quick recap, right? So because there was a time last week you did it, now you're going to do it again. Just a quick recap. And Aparna is going to share a very nice practical video. Hopefully you're going to love it, right? But that will be later half. What we're going to do now, remember the communication. The whole process is communicate. Remember, if you reach to Mars somehow, imagine you reach to Mars, you have found alien. What you going to do then? Anyone in the chat? Anyone want to say anything? What you guys going to do? If you're there, you reach there, what will you do? What will you do? Who is that? Who is that? Unmuted. Prajwal. Prajwal, would you like to say?
Make friends.
Make friends. Very nice. So Vikrant said communicate. Yes. So Prajwal, if you would like to make someone your friend, how will you make friends? The very first thing, would you like to say hi, hello?
Done that.
Yes.
But
Usually when we make friends, we introduce
name
ourselves. Yes, Prajwal?
and tell your name and
Yes.
what you like to do.
Very nice. Fantastic. And this is what it is. Fantastic. Thank you so much, Prajwal. This is how we introduce ourselves. My name is this. I do this. I love this. What's your name? What do you do? And this is part of communication, and how communication is important. How there are numerous example. A lot of them are funny example, and Aparna are going to share that later, right? And then you will figure out that why it's so important. Okay, Kevi said it, to get along and to an extent to live on peaceful means, as if we don't communicate, we won't understand others' intentions, and so therefore will make enemies. Fantastic. Thank you so much, Kevi, for such a grateful thought. And this is what it is. You know, a lot of time it says World War I, World War II, and a lot of family relationships and the office, jobs, the stress we have. You know why and how it all starts? Because of miscommunication. Believe it or not. Why? Well, let's say you go to the office and somebody will say, "Hey, what's up? How are you doing?" And you will not say anything. Maybe you did not hear and you just went away. That person will think, "Well, he was rude." But maybe you didn't hear that, or maybe you heard it, but you thought, a lot of time people say, you're right, and that's it. They walk away. They don't even expect the answer, and that's what you thought. So what you think, can you express that in your words? Otherwise, the body language is going to tell a lot to others, and that's why we are conscious. And that's why we say, whenever you're going to deliver a speech, always good to have your camera on so we can watch the body language. It's very important. Right? It says encode and decode. Now, these could be jargons for some of you. But what we're saying is, when you say something, then the words you use, the phrases you use might not mean to other person. For example, in the university, one of the international student who has come from a different country to England, somebody here said, "What's up?" And the boy who came from different country looked at the top up and said, "Nothing is up." Because the question was, "What's up? What's up?" Nothing is up, right? Because when we say what's up, we do mean how are you doing? Is everything good with you? But now in literal English, what's up means what is up? And the other person could always look at the up. Nothing is up. Right. And there are so many of those phrases. That's what we say if you're going somewhere, if you're going to a customer, if you're going to a client, if you're going to a school, primary, secondary, relatives, then you do need to understand. Now, a lot of you, maybe from Indian subcontinent, if you're going to travel Indian subcontinent, there are phrases people use there. And they might not be what you are used to of it. And this is what we call encode and decode. You might say something or you might hear something and you mean something else by that. And that's why we say it's always good to paraphrase it back to the person and said, is this what you meant? Because this is what I heard, right? So that's why communication is important. Always remember that. Whatever you do in life, why are you doing it? If you remember that, then you will keep yourself on track. So we say, how do we do things? So we explain, like I've just explained. Then we are going to do the demos, like a lot of you have already seen the demos. Then a lot of you are already doing the practice by delivering. So Aryan, Rohan, you guys did the demo because you know what you're doing. And others are following you. You are the leaders. And then others will do the demo. You are delivering the speeches. Now, Aryan, Rohan, Tanmay, Satwik, you guys can start preparing on your next speech. And when you will do that, that will be a demo to others that this is how you do it. It's a practice for you. It's a demo for others because you are teaching others. And then in between, we try to explain each other, right? So explanation, demo, and practice. This is the way we understand things. And we keep doing it for how long? We keep doing it for as long as possible because there is always a scope for improvement, right? There is always a scope of improvement because you are not comparing yourself with someone else. You're comparing yourself with yourself. You always would like to become a better version of yourself, right? Remember that because that way you will never stop. So this is what I've discussed. This is what very briefly. There's a lot more, but again, the basics needs to be clear. So there should be a structure. There should be a structure which should say beginning, body, conclusion. The way I remember BBC, there should be a beginning. So one very first sentence of your speech should tell people what are you going to talk about. That's the sentence everyone will decide whether they want to listen to you or not. Then the body will come. In the body, you might have 2 or 3 headlines. Okay, I'm going to tell you about this, this, this. And here we go. Get into the first one, get into the second one, get into the third one. That's the body. And then right at the end, this is what I have told you. That's called conclusion. And based on that, if you want to give something back to your audience to think about, this is what we call very simple but very powerful speech. When you will tell anyone will listen to your speech, for the rest of the week, they will think about it. Now, that's the structure. Then something else we call vocal variety. If you think about it, if I just keep saying at one pace, I might get bored, or you might get bored. If I will keep it at a different pace, and of course I need to be clear. Well, if I will say something like that, you might not able to understand. But yeah, if you won't understand, then and a lot of time people do that. People fumble, not because they fumble in general, because they have stress. They don't like public speaking, but we do public speaking all the time, but we only do in a comfort zone. But there is a requirement to get to the next level where we need to do it with everyone outside, right? So always think about it. So we need to be clear in our message, no ambiguity there, like this or that. Well, I'm not sure what the speaker said. No, if you are the speaker, you need to be clear on things. So I'm saying you need to take care of the structure. You need to take care of the vocal variety, what you're going to say. It should be clear. The pace should be sometimes fast, sometimes slow. Give your audience to catch up. And then you need to have the feelings. If you're full of excitement, let your audience know that you are excited. And if some reason you're very, 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 very sad because of COVID or something else, then let your audience feel the pain of it, right? And if you can see, sometimes just stopping the pace, you can express different feelings. And this is what speaking all about. These are the things we do a lot. You know, think of these things. When somebody else will say, be conscious, be aware, listen with both ears, right? Because if you can consciously pick others to do it, then subconsciously you will stop doing it. Think of that. Right, okay, that's enough of me regarding communication. What we do, what else we do? We do evaluation on top of it. So remember that. Now this is going to be my last slide. So there's no good just coming around and speaking. More and more you will speak, better you will get. But evaluation, and we need to help each other. This is a community we are developing. It's not like only I'm there or Parna there or Aryan, Rohan, Satwik, some of us. No, each one of us needs to help. Why? Because this is the skill itself. Doesn't matter how small or how big you are, at some point you would like to give feedback to others. And what should be the structure of the feedback? Commendation, which is positive. Recommendation, something to improve on. Summary. Now these words could be quite big for you, but remember, something good, something to improve, and the summary. So commendation. Always check if somebody has said something. Was there any BBC there? Was the person comfortable? Was the person engaging with the audience? And when you are giving the feedback, you are doing the evaluation, you are part of the audience. So always think about it. Did you connect with the, or were you not clear? Would you like to hear back again? Was the topic relevant? If somebody will come over here and tell me about Japanese, and I will think, no, do I need to worry about Japanese language? It's not a relevant topic. But what if somebody will tell me about COVID? Oh, well, COVID is all over the UK, all over the world. The topic needs to be relevant. Clarity, was it clear what the speaker is saying? So this is what the evaluator will pick it up. Was there conclusion? Was there any takeaway? Did the speaker make you think and do something? Because this is the power of the speech. So at the summary, you will give the commendation, you will give the recommendation, and then again, you will say good things. Always end the feedback with a positive. Remember this, a lot of relationships will be safe just because of one thing. Always and always start with positive and end with positive. It's a sandwich. Positive, scope of improvement, and positive, right? And it's a beautiful system. So I'm just going to repeat it back again. Positive, scope of improvement, and right at the end in the summary, remind everyone the positive things, remind everyone the scope of improvement in a one sentence. And then right at the end, how grateful you were to receive that delivery of the speech. Fantastic. Thank you so very much on that. Now, as I said, this is my last speech, so I'm going to close it. Now I'm looking for somebody knows who was watching, who knows who is going to do the warm-up today. Okay, at least the person. Yes, thank you, sir. I was about to say at least the person who's going to do the warm-up would remember that. Great. Over to you, Saffron, if you like to feel free. Yeah, fantastic. Yeah. Thank you. I'm going to put my.
Okay, so the question today is, what's your favorite color and why? So I'll ask everyone, I'll say their name and then you say. Okay, so first is Prajwal.
My favorite color is orange and blue.
Good.
And if we mix it, it will be super. Like.
Yes. Kaivi?
My name is Kyvie, I'm 13, and my favorite colors are green and purple, because green, it symbolizes the environment, and purple is just a personal favorite.
Varun?
Thank you so much. Green is my favorite color, just like KV. Green reminds me of the nature, full of nature, always keeps changing. That's what it is. Back to you, Saffron. Thank you.
Aparna?
My favorite color is black because I look very slim in black. That's why my favorite color is black.
Yeah, same. My favorite color is black too. Rag?
My name is Rag. My favorite color is blue because it's bright and like it seems quite neon, and it symbolizes the ocean.
Rohan?
My name is Rohan, and my favorite color is yellow because it symbolizes something that you've done well, such as a gold medal.
Good. Shivani?
My favorite color is pink, but my second favorite color is blue because pink and blue is a really good combination.
Yeah, I agree. Roshan?
Hi, my name is Roshan, and my favorite color is blue because it's a very vibrant color and it symbolizes like the sea and water, and I love like swimming and all of that.
Ronak? Ronak?
My name is Runak, and my favorite color is red and blue because it's a nice combination.
Yeah. Vikrant?
My name is Vikrant, and I like my favorite color is blue because it's very bright.
Adya?
My name is Avya and my favorite color is turquoise because it has both colors with blue and green mixed in it, and blue and green reminds me of the nature and the ocean.
Yeah, you're right. Aryan?
Hello, my name is Aryan. My favorite color is also turquoise because it's a mixture of green and blue. It looks cool for me.
Ishan?
My favorite color is black because it reminds me of space and symbolizes the unknown.
Yeah. Satvik?
My favorite color is red because red is the color, it also symbolizes bravery and fighting spirit, and also it's the color of love also.
Yeah, and last, Tanmay.
My favorite color is yellow because it reminds me of like light, and my favorite color is blue because it reminds me of the oceans and the sky.
Yeah. Let me know if there's anyone else I missed out, but if not, then back to you.
Thank you very much, Saffron. Fantastic. So we have been doing warm-up for a while now, right? Let us know who would like to do the warm-up next time, right? Remember, this is the opportunity for you to take the roles. Now you can sit here with your camera off if you want, and you can just hear, you can listen, and Ishan just raise the virtual hand to do the warm-up next time, I think. Aparna, could we just put that in the diary?
It's the time if I can actually make it, because I might have some match next week.
All right, okay, great. So if Ishan could make it next time, then we will have warm-up from Ishan. Otherwise, we will have someone else as well ready. I think Vikrant is raising his hand. Yeah, fantastic. Let's have Vikrant. Now, for the warm-up, and then KV is ready. Okay, what we will do, all of you who have nominated yourself to pick that up, we will have your names up. But remember, warm-up, this is the easiest way. Now in everything, if you do the martial arts, if you do the singing, if you do the dance, or anything you do, even in sports, there are levels, right? This is the easiest level. You ask for the name, and then you ask for the favorite color, and then you do ask for why. Now, okay, if you just ask, okay, tell your name and your favorite color, then it will be Varun green or green Varun. Yeah, black Aparna, ooh, black Saffron. Oh, this is what you guys said. Oh, girls said it, right? But think of it. That's the reason we say why. Because when you say why, you open, yeah, There are open-ended questions and there are close-ended questions. So in this, you say, okay, why? And then you ask to explain. Now in the warm-up next time, I will request you guys get a bit more creative. You could ask, tell us the favorite place you want to be and why. The favorite holiday you would like to be and why. The favorite person you would like to go on holiday and why. The favorite subjects you have and why, right? And then based on that, there is another next level where we can go, where you can put a circumstances. Well, you can say, thinking about, well, I was saying Mars. What if I will say, well, what will you do, or what would you like to take from planet Earth for one day to moon? So if you have to spend one day on moon, what will you take? Or maybe whom will you take and why, right? If you think in these terms, your creativity, imagination, and the words you will use to describe those simple things, you will be amazed the power of words you guys have. Okay, so think about that. Think of that. Next time, whoever will do the warm-up, just try to make it a bit more imaginative, more creative, more complicated, more challenging. However, you need to be very clear. Start it from yourself. Always give an example. So when Saffron would say, okay, I would request everyone to tell your favorite color. So I will start from myself, my name. You don't really have to say that, but you do that, right? The very first time you say it, so everybody will know. But for the newcomers, it's always good if you repeat back, but otherwise it's good. All right, okay, I'm not going to drag it further. Let's get to the next level of the. Okay, that's gone. That's gone. I'm looking for the agenda now. We have the speeches. It's a good time, I think, for the speeches because we need to do the impromptu as well, which is going to be done by Kevi. We have the speeches. How about for the speeches segment, I will hand over to Aparna. Over to you, please.
Thank you so much, Varun. Thank you, everybody. And thank you all for joining. I just missed talking because Varun started the session. And it's like, I really want to talk now. It has to be my time. But anyway, now I have the opportunity to take this session forward. And we had a very excellent and informative education session this morning, where Varun taught us about how we speak, how we communicate, how we evaluate. So this session, we will start with the speeches and the evaluation. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to invite Prajwal, and I would also like to invite Adya so that she has her notebook ready for taking any notes and giving evaluation for Prajwal's speech. And after both of you are done, then I can give you the evaluation at the later stage as well. So Prajwal, I can't see you. Yes, you're there. So if you're ready, you can unmute yourself and you can start with your speech. Over to you, Prajwal.
Hello everyone, my name is Prajwal. Before I start my speech, I want to ask you a question. Could anyone tell me what is the beautiful thing what God created? Aparna, yes?
God created me.
Okay, thanks. Anyone else? Varun?
Thank you for the opportunity. I think God created children, which is the best thing ever, just like you, Prajwal. Back to you.
Thanks. But for me, mother is the beautiful creation what God created. So, I want to say a few lines about my mother. My mother is so beautiful, sweet, pretty, and nice. She wakes up early in the morning, she prepares me for school, and prepares my favorite food. She's my first teacher. She helps me in reading, writing, and helps when I'm stuck. She's my best friend also. She understands me well, gives me a lot of surprises, and plays with me. She loves me and my little brother so much and takes care of us. I'm very thankful for my mother. Thank you. Over to you.
Thank you so much, Prajwal. I'm so proud. You actually did your first speech today. Well done, you. Okay, now it's time for evaluation. I would still request all the other attendees to continue to send your evaluation on the chat for Prajwal, things you liked, things you would like him to improve on. And meanwhile, I would now invite Adya. Adya, are you around? If you can open your
Yes.
camera as well. If you can open your camera, is that okay? So we can see you as well when you are doing the evaluation.
Yeah.
Okay,
Can you see me?
yes. So Adya, over to you for Prajwal's evaluation.
I like so for Prajwal, I liked how you described your mother. You told almost everything a mother can do for their children, and you also you even spoke about you spoke about everything about the mother, what they do, and you even but the thing is you told that the topic was about your mother, and the but then you were also talking about your best friend, yeah. So the topic should have been like why I love my mother and my best friend, or you could say that the people I really love. But otherwise your speaking was very good. I liked how you described your best friend and your mother. You described them very well, and I like how you also put your brother in to say that she also takes care of your brother, because I think that some people would have missed their siblings in the speech. But even if the uh, the the voice was also like, it was very nice, but it was also like you could have put like more expressions to it, and you could have spoke a bit louder, because I had to put the mobile very next to me to hear what you were speaking. Otherwise, and I also like the questions that you used, that I like the questions that you used about like who created you, that your mother created you. I like the questions that you even spoke. And about the voice, it was like also very good. The voice, you used better effort on the voice, but I could say that you could, the next speech, if you do the next speech, then maybe you could speak more louder and you can add more expressions. But otherwise the speech was very good, and I liked everything that you used in the speech. I even liked how I like the speech a lot. I like how you put effort in it. I like the words that you used for describing your mother and your best friend. So this is the evaluation.
Okay. Thank you.
Great. Thank you so much, Adya. And thank you for that speech, Prajwal. There are lots of great remarks there. And this is what it is, guys, that it's not only for one person to say and one person to evaluate. We all get the opportunity. And if you see, you will know how it is, what it is. How do you need to? What did you do well? So Prajwal, just for you, just to let you know, a lot of members here, they said very good, but speak a bit louder. That's the only thing everybody's saying. You interacted, when you say he interacted with the audience in a question, which is a great thing, Prajwal. You asked the question in the beginning and you made the audience engage, and not only engaged, you let us, like I was thinking, where is Prajwal's speech gonna go from here? What's the next thing gonna come? And that's the curiosity you want to keep in your audience. So Ishan says you did very well, Prajwal. The topic you chose was very good. That's right. Relevant topic. Every one of us has a mother, right? That's the thing. So the topic you chose related with everyone. Fantastic. Thank you. And KV also said it, like it. You were very well. You touched the audience emotions, beautifully put together. Not only you engaged the audience, you touched audience emotions. They all love their mother. You asked the question, you have done very well. One recommendation, to speak a bit louder. Prajwal, your voice is very clear. You're very confident. Just next time when you will say, try to be a bit louder. Not as loud as me though. Yeah. But yes, great. You could be as loud as me. You could be louder than me. But yes, show us. You have that energy. Thank you, Prajwal. That was really, really, really great. We all enjoyed it. It was a very good topic. Now, coming back to Adya. Adya was full of energy. In Adya's, we could hear the energy she brought on the stage. If you think about it, then when Adya was speaking, all of us were listening, right? But the only thing I will suggest to you out there, that keep the structure. We didn't know whether you were giving the commendation or you were giving the recommendation. One time you were praising, one time you were suggesting, then you were praising, then you were suggesting. You were giving the positive, then you were giving the scope of improvement, right? So to start with, I would like to focus on the positive sides. You don't really have to say it, but your speech will say that. You will say, I really like the way Prajwal started by a question. I really like the audience engagement. Then he picked not only one, but two people, right? I really like the topic Prajwal had it. So you gave two commendations, right? Then you move on. I would challenge Prajwal to speak a bit louder next time. You don't have to say that you're giving the recommendation, but the way you will say, people will realize. And it's not only for Prajwal, it's for all of us. When we say, remember the clarity. If the voice is not clear enough, we will not get it. So yes, just say that. And then, yes, maybe next time, if Prajwal, you could enlarge a bit further, extended your speech. And if you can give the structure to your speech, maybe say, I'm going to discuss 3 things about mother, first, second, third. That would be brilliant, right? And then at the end, so Prajwal, your engagement was great, right? And then your starting was great. Then the topic was great. Scope of improvement, just a bit more louder, just a bit of structure. And to summarize, I think it was a beautiful speech, heartfelt speech. I look forward to have your next speech. That's how we summarize it. Okay, so thank you, Prajwal, for that. That was a great speech. And thank you, Adya, for that. That was awesome, full of energy, that evaluation. That's what it should be. Thank you so much to both of you. Looking forward to your speech and your evaluation. Back to you, Aparna, for the second pair of speaker and evaluation. And all of you, let the chat coming. You know, everything, all the evaluation you're doing, let that flowing there in the chat. Thank you so much. Back to you, Aparna.
Thank you so much, Varun. And thank you, KV, Ronak, Ishan, and Rag. And yes, thank you all of these people who actually gave the feedback on Prajwal's speech. This does really tell us that we should now move on to our next pair. So over to, let me have a look. Shreyash, are you ready with your speech?
Yeah, I'm ready.
And just bear with me, and I am looking at Roshan, I'm hoping. Yep. So let's just go over to Shreyash.
Yeah, thank you. And my name is Shreyas. So today's topic is my favorite sports. So my favorite sport is cricket. So how many you know about cricket or play cricket? Very nice. And so in India, we can play some, we say that the gully cricket. Remember that? So my speech about a cricket game, right? So I was just 10-year-old since I first take bat in my hand. I still remember my aunt had gifted a cricket kit on my birthday, and I'm very fond of playing cricket on those time but my father didn't give money to buy a cricket bat. So I requested to my aunt, please, whenever you come, just oh, gifted me a cricket bat. So I still remember that when she come to my house, she just entered in my house. I didn't see anybody. I just go towards her and grab a cricket kit from her hands and just going with friends to play cricket. So you can see how I fond of playing cricket. When I was coming in an old age, no means in 17 year old, then I started to dream to become a cricketer. It was my first dream that I choose what I have to do in my future. So, but it just remained a dream because where I lived, there was no cricket academy, so I can learn about how to play cricket technically. So that's was my past, and now I wa- I was I love to watch cricket anytime. If I am boring, I love to watch cricket. Thank you. Over to you.
Thank you so much, Shreyash. What a lovely sport you have just shared with us. Now, I would like to invite Roshan so you could do your evaluation. And can I also request all the other participants to please do drop in your evaluations? We'd like to hear from all of you. Thank you. Over to you, Roshan.
Yeah. So overall, Shreyash, you did a great speech. So my commendations would be that you asked the audience great questions and actually interact with the audience, which is pretty good. You also had pauses in between, which was good, so you could like wait for the audience. And yeah, and also you had a great topic about cricket and based on your personal life too. So my recommendations would be that maybe a bit more clarity, and that maybe add some hand movements to actually show, and maybe like when there's something big, like when your aunt gave the bat, you could have maybe talked a bit more louder to show how exciting it was. And when like you couldn't go to like a proper like cricket place to practice, you could be a bit more sadder and talk a bit slower. Yeah, back to you.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Shreyash, and thank you, Roshan. So we do have some feedback coming in, but let me quickly go through the feedback for you, Shreyash. So it was a very good attempt. You started with a question, so clearly you won the battle there. You engaged the audience, and then there were expressions. You were smiling all the time. You could relate to your story. You could relate to your memory. You could relate to the sport, and it does come across as a very heart relates like question or a sport that you would love to do. And you had expressions, no doubt, and it was a very good storytelling project for you, because you sort of linked it with your life memory. And this is a skill, and this is what we will be doing in our other sessions as well. Some recommendations for you. So yes, I agree with Roshan. Maybe you can have some clarity. And there were a few fumbles here and there, but that's fine. If you're not sure what your next sentence is going to be like, you can take some big pauses. Pauses is not an issue. So start with that, have some structure in there. But I think overall, you started it really well. And I think you can really improve with these recommendations as well. Well done, Shreyash.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, and Roshan, you had few ums in here. I'm not a grammarian today, but I could hear those ums, and I need somebody from the participants to take that role as well of a grammarian. But I agreed with you, which shows that you have picked up on the right criteria for evaluation, which is great. So this does show that our education session that we run through is making an impact. You again said that, yes, clarity, and you picked up on the expressions and the topic in itself. So they were quite good recommendations as well. For you, I would just say, if you have, when you are evaluating, write the criteria, and next to it, you can give from 1 to 5, and then you can talk about it. It makes a really big impact on the entire evaluation. So we will continue to add new roles, and I think in few sessions we will now have timers, like how Prajwal and Shreyash did the speech. We would like them to extend the time to at least do minimum 1 minute or 2 minutes, and then same for the evaluation, so we know that we are doing during that time. Okay, that's great. Now that we've had the speeches and we have had the evaluations, it's time to go through our impromptu. But before that, I would like an attempt to share a video with you all. So let's see if I can try and share that. Just bear with me. Okay, I'm sharing my video. When I do start, I need to check whether I can share the sound as well. Share sound is ticked. Just let me know if you're able to hear. Just put it in the chats if you're able to hear.
Mr. President, Condoleezza Rice is here to see you.
Good. Send her in.
Yes, sir.
Good morning, Mr. President.
Oh, Condoleezza, good to see you. What's happening?
Well, Mr. President, I have the report here about the new leader in China.
That's great, Condi. Let's hear it.
Mr. President, who is the new leader of China?
Well, that's what I want to know.
But that's what I'm telling you, Mr. President.
Well, that's what I'm asking you, Condi. Who is the new leader of China?
Yes.
I mean the fellow's name.
Who?
The guy in China.
Who?
The new leader of China.
Who?
The Chinaman.
Who is leading China, Mr. President?
What are you asking me for?
I'm telling you who is leading China.
Well, I'm asking you, Condi, who is leading China?
That's the man's name.
That's whose name?
Yes.
Will you or will you not tell me the name of the new leader of China?
Yes, sir.
Yasser? Yasser Arafat is in China? I thought he was in the Middle East.
That's correct, sir.
Then who is in China?
Yes, sir.
Yasser is in China?
No, sir.
Then who is?
Yes, sir.
Yasser?
No, sir.
I need to know the name of the new leader of China, so I want you to get me the Secretary General of the United Nations on the phone.
You want coffee?
No.
You don't want coffee?
No. But now that you mention it, I could use a glass of milk. And then get me the UN.
Yes, sir.
Not Yasser. The guy at the United Nations.
Coffee?
Milk. Will you please make that call?
And call who?
Well, who is the guy at the UN?
No. Who is the guy in China?
Will you stay out of China?
Yes, sir.
And stay out of the Middle East. Just get me the guy at the UN.
Coffee?
All right. With cream and 2 sugars. Now get on the phone.
Hello. Rice here.
Rice? Good idea. And get a couple of egg rolls too, Condi. Maybe we should send some to the guy in China and the Middle East. Can you get Chinese food in the Middle East? I don't know.
Okay. Let me stop sharing that. What was that all about? Any feedback? Anyone? Yes, KV.
So they were both thinking of different things, and so none of them understood what the other person was saying.
Okay,
And there was a
Ishan.
big problem.
It was misunderstanding and a communication problem. Because the name sounded like different objects.
Yeah. Roshan, you had your hand raised. You want to add anything?
No, yeah, practically the same. Like it was a misunderstanding mostly.
Yeah. Shri?
Sorry, I had my mic off for a minute. It was a misunderstanding between that conversation. So they had really different names from different cultures and they sounded different when they pronounced it. So it sounded really confusing on both ends.
Yeah. Arya?
Yeah, so this whole thing was about, it was a misunderstanding in a conversation. So basically how the names of the leaders of the leaders in China was moved, and it was and someone, and when the president was saying that that yes, so it was yes, so then the girl thought it was, then the girl was saying, is it's coffee, but there was a really big misunderstanding in this conversation. So many things were sounding like different objects and in different verbs.
That's right. That's right, Adya. And yes, that's the clear theme, isn't it? Sorry, somebody's saying anything? Okay, yes. So yes, it's a clear misunderstanding. Both were saying things, but nobody actually stepped out to
It's me, Amog. I've got to leave because I need to go somewhere. I'll join from next week.
That's fine, Amog. Yes, that's fine. Amog, if you are still in the group, please do chase on the form which asks you for the convenient time that has been posted. Okay, thank you, Amog. So yes, it was a clear misunderstanding there. Nobody actually aimed to clarify. So they were talking about coffee, or they were talking about the person Kofi Annan. So it was a lot of different things going on. So you need to have that clarity. You need to work on that communication, and that's what this video was trying to tell us. So now that we are almost at the end of our section now, I would like KV to take over the impromptu session for us. But before that, can I request everyone to put your cameras on so we know you are taking part in the impromptu session? And I'm sure the KV has some really interesting questions for everyone to answer, and try to make it at least 20-30 seconds. If you can speak that long, that would be really good. So if you can all open your cameras, then over to you, KV.
Thank you, Aparna. So my first question is for Ronak. He's 8 years old. And the question is, what would you do if you're invisible for a day?
Can you repeat that again?
What would you do if you were invisible for a day?
So imagine, Ronak, you are invisible. You can literally do anything you like. So any thoughts coming through?
I mean, I would not like do anything, because then people would get very suspicious of me. I'll just like stay home.
Okay, thank you, Ronak. So my next question is for Sarvik. So the question is, what was your favorite holiday and why?
Me, okay. This is my favorite holiday. My favorite holiday, I remember, it was in probably the year 2016, where I came to the continent of Europe, and I visited many countries like France, Italy, Germany, Switzerland, because that was the time I was always longing to visit Europe, and I always wanted to visit a foreign country. Before that, I only had gone to India and the UAE. So I was very interested to go to somewhere like probably the United States or somewhere in Europe. And in 2016, my parents fulfilled that dream. And we went to many good places, many wonderful places, which were just mind blowing. I was awestruck. And yes, the 2016, my holiday, where I went to Europe, that was my best holiday until date.
Okay, thank you. That sounds very nice. So my next question is for Shivani, who's 8 years old. So the question is, If you had $1 million and you had to spend all of it on one day, what would you buy?
Thank you, Katie. So, if I had like $1 million, and I had to spend it in one whole day, then what I would do is like I'd probably buy a big house, which is like most expensive, and probably buy the most best furniture in the country, and then I'd probably like get a massage and kind of like live in luxury, you could almost say. Thank you. Over to you, Katie.
Okay, thank you, Siobhan. So my next question is for Tanmay, who's 11. So what's your dream job and why?
My dream job is becoming a doctor, as I like helping people, and I love treating people, and I don't like seeing people suffering. And even if I see them suffering, I really like to help them and getting better. Also, my parents are doctors, and it's a really interesting job, and it involves a lot of skills, and you have to do a lot of training, and therefore, this is my dream job. Thank you.
Thank you, Tammy. So my next question is for Sri, who's 13. So the question is, what would you do if you're stuck on Mars?
If I was stuck in Mars?
Yeah.
Well, I've always been interested in science, as in space science, and I would try, if I can, I would try to get loads of information, samples, and I've always been searching for news articles with, oh, can we live on Mars? With, is there water supply, is there food supply, stuff like that. So I would try to get a lot of that information, I mean.
Okay, thank you. Do I have time for one more question? Okay, so the next question is for Rag, who's 11. So the question is, if you're magically formed into an animal, what animal would you be and why?
I would be a lion, since I would be quite fast for a start, and then I could explore across all the jungles, the forests and savannas, yeah, I could I would be one of the most powerful animals. That's why they call a lion the king of the jungles, since they're quite powerful over all the other animals. So yeah, that's why.
So the last question is for Saffron, who's 11, and the question is, what was your best surprise ever?
My best surprise ever.
Yeah, it can be from anybody, so like your parents, your friends.
Okay, so one time I remember in school, I was really upset about something, and then my friends, they made like a kind of surprise thing where they hid little things in the playground, like out of paper, and they gave me a piece of paper to like go around and like see things. And at the end of the big, surprise, there was like a big piece of paper saying like lots of nice things, and like all my friends were cheering me up and stuff like that. So that was really, really nice.
Yeah, you have great friends. So it was like a treasure hunt? It
was like a treasure hunt, kind of.
Okay, over to you, Avhan.
Thank you so much, Kavi, and thank you everybody who participated. We still have 4 minutes, and I was just going to give you an update for next week. So I would like anybody who would like to take part in the speech and evaluation for next week, if you can let me know now, or via the phone or WhatsApp or email, that's fine. And also, next week, we are going to do something different. We will have breakout sessions next week. I would like 2 volunteers who can be the head, as in the team captain, and we will have a little debate. Could I be it? Yes, Ishan, thank you. I'll just put you down, Ishan, for the evaluator. I still need somebody for speeches. Okay, I think these hands are raised for the team leaders, right? So KB and Roshan, that's fine. I've got you both. And Tanmay, would you like to take a role of a speaker or an evaluator?
Speaker.
Speaker. Okay, so we have a speaker and evaluator. And is Rag still there? Can I see Rag? Has he left? Looks like he's left.
I'm still here.
Oh, Rag, you're there. Your hand is raised for anything else, or just because I called your name?
I was just raising for evaluator, if I can.
Yeah, that's fine. I'll put you down for evaluator as well. Not an issue. I've got Ishan and Rag for evaluator, and I have KV and Roshan for that debate session. We'll be teaming 2 different teams, and then I have Tanmay for another speech. Tanmay, that's going to be your second speech then, yeah? And I would need 1 more speaker if there is anybody who would like to do. Shri, would you like to do a speech? Or anybody else who's not done yet? Anybody in here? Ronak, if you want to do a speech. Okay, that's fine. I have you down for evaluation anyway, but if we do have spaces, I'll let you know if you want to do. Do you want to do a speech then, Rag, or evaluation?
Sorry, I just forgot to raise my hand and I was going for evaluation.
Okay, that's fine. Okay, that's okay then. And just so everybody knows, we have put in some timings for, we've had requests from from parents basically that we wanted to change the timings of the session. So if you can use on the WhatsApp, they should have received from IEA a link to the form, and if you click on the valid timings that you would like, that'll be brilliant, and then we can hopefully next week look into what timings suit us. Or no, we will not have Kahoot today because we don't like to go over, so hopefully next week we will have a Kahoot. And okay, that's fine. Any other messages I've missed now? Okay, nothing there. And did I have Ishan for a warm-up? Yes, Ishan, you're still there for warm-up?
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine. So Ishan, if I put you as for warm-up, and then I have Rag for evaluation for the next week.
All right, sure.
Okay, that's fine. Can I have an evaluation? Shri, we are running out of speakers, but I'll put you down for evaluation if we have space for that. Okay.
I can do speaker if you want.
Okay, Saffron, have you not done speech before?
I can, but if you don't, if no one else does it, then I can do.
That's fine. That's fine. We'll let you know if you still prepare for speech. I would like everybody to prepare for their speeches, so at least we have enough speakers. But next week we are going to try something different, and I'm hoping you would all enjoy, especially being in the breakout sessions. Okay, thank you so much for your time today, and hope to see you next week.
Take
care. Bye.
Thank you. Thank you. Bye.
Thank you.
Bye. Bye. Hello. Yes. Any specific topic? No, she can do any topic she likes. Not a problem. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you. Okay.
Because she said for evaluation, so she wants to do an evaluation. So if it's an evaluation, she will be evaluating a speaker. But if she wants to do a speech, then she can do a speech, and then somebody else will do an evaluation. So it's really up to you.
Okay. I'll ask my daughter, and she will let you know next week, I think.
Okay. Can I just quickly check what part of the country are you from?
Me? Mia?
Yes. No. Yes. As in, where are you based?
South Indian.
No. As in Scotland, England, whereabouts?
Yeah, you are asking about England only.
Okay. And which city is that?
Close to Coventry.
Okay, that's fine. Yes, it's just because we are changing some timings. We wanted to know whether you were based in the UK to start with, and which city you were in, and how you were going. Whether you were
My
going to change.
daughter, my daughter, okay for these timings. If not, I will let you know. Yeah,
Are
she
you- are-
likes this session a lot, and actually, she reminded me to join this session. So God be.
Okay. And are you in the WhatsApp group?
I don't think so. I have no idea. Sorry.
Okay, so
I
if
think
you-
I've
if-
checked it. Yeah.
If you give your mobile number, you can put it in the chat now because the session is recorded. We don't want you to explicitly give your number. So if you put it on the chat now, then I can write that down and send it to the IA to join you in for the group.
If possible, can you please send the WhatsApp link to Gmail? I will join.
Yes, we can send it, but I don't have your email address either.
I think I'm getting your. Okay, I don't know how I get this link. I think through WhatsApp. I think because phone is not there with me. That's what I'm
Okay,
wondering.
you can either put your number or your email address, whichever is easier, and then you can join in. Okay, I've got that, and I'll forward it to the team and they'll add you in. Okay, thank you. Take
Thank
care.
you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.